welcome to Scorched Earth and a general mid-month reading for the sign of Gemini, Sun, Moon or Ascendant and Ascendant for the last 2 weeks of February. I hope you are well. I'm using the Crow Tarot for you today. If you haven't seen these readings before, we do them slightly differently to the way that we do the main monthly reading, in so much as we are looking for the lesson. I think there's a wisdom, or indeed a lesson, contained within every experience and interaction that we have, and sometimes we lose sight of that because we get stuck in the day-to-day minutiae of our existence, right? It can be quite difficult. So it's an exercise in perspective. We pull back. Yeah. So to that end, what I'm going to do is pull 3 cards for where you are right now. We'll look at your current energy, and then we will pull 3 cards to see why you are in this energy in the first place. Sometimes it is trying to show you something about yourself. Sometimes it's trying to show you what needs to be released, what needs to be let go of. Other times it's just about the new that's coming in, right? Preparing you for that. And we'll close out with 3 cards of advice. I hope that this makes sense. It's really a prompt to get you to start thinking more reflectively, but in a more kind of detached way about where you are right now and what's going on with you. Because, you know, hindsight's 2020, and we can often see the benefit of the challenging situations that we've had a year, 2 years, 5 years down the road, and we kind of miss it when it's right in front of us. So that's the plan. I hope that that makes sense. I'm sure it will by the end of the reading. So could I have 3 cards for Gemini's current energy, please? We have the Death card. We have the 5 of Wands. I'm not taking all of those. I'll tell you what they are. We've got the Sun. We've got the 10 of Pentacles. We've got the 7 of Wands. And we've got the 8 of Swords. I'm just going to... Oh, there they are. You can see them. They're all there. I'm going to put them back in, though. And if they want to come out, they can, because I'm not taking, what, 4 or 5 cards for a place where I wanted one. One more card for Gemini. 10 of Pentacles. Right, so that was one that just did come out. This is interesting, Gemini, because I think what's happened here is we've got the Moon card at the bottom of the deck. I think where you are right now is you have uncovered a block. Right, we've got the Moon card there. The Moon card is the card of Cancer. It speaks about intuition and deep-seated kind of subconscious stuff going on, right? It is things that are hidden. It is sometimes things that are illusory. And it seems to me with this card, it's 5 of Wands in the middle here, which is an unstable card, right? It's inherently unstable because it's numbered 5, and it talks about conflict and you know, strife, whether it's internal or external. Now, if you work on the basis that, you know, your outside world is a reflection of your inside world, and you know, more often than not that is the case, then if you've got things that you are in conflict with, you know, in your day-to-day existence, then there's probably a root of it inside you somewhere. And I think that you've nailed what it is, Gemini. I do, because we've got these two really good cards flanking this conflict, this strife, perhaps to some degree an element of self-sabotage too, sitting in the middle. We've got the Death card, which speaks about transformation. It's the card of Scorpio. And then we've got the 10 of Pentacles. And for me, this feels like it's what you've always wanted, right? But it's how you've been getting in your own way to get to what you've always wanted. It feels to me like this is the revelation that you've had. This is what you now see that has been hidden for such a long time. And with the acknowledgement of that, here we have you in a state of transformation, Gemini. It's very, very powerful. Because obviously if you want things to change outside of you, you've got to start on the inside. It looks like this is what you've done. This is what you've understood about the situation. I don't usually pull clarifiers or extra cards in these readings because I like to keep them quite short, but I'm kind of nosy and I do feel like there's something else here. Tell me about this Death card. You've got the 10 of Swords and you've got the Death card again, right? Like, it is 6 of Wands at the bottom of the deck. This is a card of success. This is a true card of success. And I feel like it's validating what I'm saying here, because this often is an energy of being really, really stuck. And like I said, I feel like it's the ways in which you've been conflicted and you have been getting in your own way, sabotaging yourself. This is movement. This is moving on from this, because this is the next card. 5 of Wands, 6 of Wands. And there's success here for you, right? We've got the Hermit card underneath there, right? The answer was probably staring you in the face the whole time, right? Or staring you in the heart or something, right? It was there the whole time. You are the one who has been blocking this. You have been doing X, Y, and Z, you know? But there's been this huge shift, and it's what has been blocking you is coming to an end now, right? That 10 of Swords, right? That is completion. It's your suit. The sword suit is air, and so it's Gemini, right? But it's one of the most, it is the most uncomfortable deck. Fuck's sake, I'm tripping over my words. It is the most uncomfortable suit in the tarot, I think. But by the same token, it is the one that probably sees us learning the most, because in some ways it's about consciousness for me, right? So the sword suit talk about intellect and reason and logic and all that sort of thing, and it is thinking and it is speaking. For you to be able to think it consciously, for you to be able to speak it consciously to somebody else, you need to know that it's going on there. And because I've got that moon, it's putting words to some subconscious block that you've had that is now being released. And it's almost like it might have been a very, very small thing, but the ripple effect from that, the ramifications of this small realization that you've had are huge, and they're going to change everything. And I think that you know that, Gemini. I really do. And suddenly your goal, whatever it is indicated by this 10 of Pentacles, is feeling like it's close now. It feels like it's within your reach to do so. Doesn't mean it's going to drop into your lap, but it does mean that you can see a way forwards, which I think is glorious. So let's have a look and see why you are in this energy in the first place. We have the Judgment card. We have the Queen of Cups. We have the Tower and the 3 of Wands. Amazing. I love this. It's the Hermit card at the bottom of the deck. Different deck, same card. So we've got the Judgment card. We've got you revisiting a situation that you have previously thought was beyond your reach, right? And it's saying everything is always up for review. There is always a different way to do things. You know, there's a million ways to skin a cat and all that. Like, you know, it's a brutal saying that. I don't know if you have it in the US. Yeah, we say it a lot in the UK. But it's like nothing is ever stuck. Nothing is ever really rigid. It's about the way that you approach the situation, the way that you think about the situation, and really how much you're in dialogue with yourself properly about these things. Because more often than not, it is a case that we are getting in our own way in some way or another, right? And maybe there are fixed, immovable things. So are you going to stand there and stare at it? Or are you going to start walking from side to side and finding, you know, where this big immovable object ends, or where there's a hole in the wall somewhere, right? It seems to me like the change that has occurred in you, the way that you've spotted how you were getting in your own way, has liberated you immediately and shown you that you're only ever really stuck in here. We've got the Queen of Cups next. That's Cancer energy, and it's showing you how you've blocked what is for you. You know, queens are water by element, and obviously the cups are water by element, and that's all about emotion. But water is receptive, so you've got receptivity to the nth degree. It's never that these things weren't for you and you couldn't have these things. It was that you were literally like, you know, you tied your own shoelaces together and then were wondering why you couldn't move your legs. This is allowing the energy to move again now, right? This is freeing everything up, And we've got the Tower and we've got the Three of Wands, and that is incredible. Tower is Scorpio or Aries energy there, but it talks about really knocking something down. And for you, it is the way that you've been standing in your own way, right? This Tower has to fall so that you can keep moving forwards, and falling it is. And it's showing you that it's all just about finding another way, you know? For me, the Three of Wands is like a low-level card of manifestation anyway, because it's about you going after what you want. But I do see it often as changed behaviour, right? And that changed behaviour can just be up here, the way that you think about a problem. When you know that everything is always available for review, you don't ever get stuck. It's a case of like, well, which tower do I need to blow up to get to what I want? How do I change my behaviour in whatever way to get towards what I want? It's been a really useful thing for you, I think, Gemini. Very useful. So let's have a look and see. Let's give you some advice. Have some cards of advice for Gemini, please. Fucking hell. Right, so the first one was the Four of Pentacles in reverse. These two came out together. We've got the Devil and the Eight of Cups. That's glorious. I love that. And let's get one more piece for Gemini. Thank you. We have the Hanged Man. Yeah, this is amazing. There's the Nine of Cups at the bottom of the deck. This is your personal happiness, right? And not in the way that, you know, doing things or other people, you know, not that those things are responsible for your happiness. It's about not delegating or outsourcing your happiness to a situation or to other people. It's about taking that responsibility back and going, right, I'm going to make myself happy. And sometimes it is my mindset that makes me unhappy rather than what it is that I'm trying to do, right? But it's also the Wish card. In the Minor Arcana, it talks about your dreams. It talks about things that really fill you up. I really do feel like you got in touch with a part of yourself, Gemini, that seemed a bit elusive at points. You feel like you've lit up all over. Cards of advice, we have the Four of Pentacles in reverse. Now, this way around, it talks about holding on to things too tightly, right? This way around, it's like, let things go, release things. You are releasing these things, but continue to do so. Now you know how to do it. You can apply this to lots of other little niggly obstacles that you have been putting in your own way, you know? It's underscoring the importance of release. If you want something new to come in, you've got to make space for it. And if there's an obstacle there, it's stopping the energy flowing. If you are stopping the energy from flowing without even realizing that you're doing it, like, it's incumbent upon you to then go find what that is. And I think that you've done that, right? But don't think that it's over. There is more to come. And we've got the Devil and we've got the Eight of Cups. So I understand that the power of the Devil, and that is those ways in which we feel like we are stuck, we are restricted, we are completely trapped by circumstance or even sometimes people, right? The Devil only has the power that you give to it, right? So the Lover's card and the Devil are basically the same card for me, right? They're structured pretty much the same. Numerologically speaking, you've got 15 and the Lovers is 6. You know, so 15 reduces down to 6. It's the same card, but it's coming from a different place. So this is being stuck because one is afraid to do anything else, right? And when we're sabotaging ourselves, it's an expression of fear. The Lover's card is about conscious co-creation. It's about choice. It's about free will. It's about consent, right? But the trick with the Devil is to understand that you consent to be there. You consent to be in that state of fear. So remove your consent. Not just from this situation, because you've done that already, but all situations, right? Realize that you can walk away from your fears at any point that you choose to do so. And you've got the Hanged Man. Just remember that it's always possible to look at things differently. It is always possible to have a completely different perspective on things. And you know, maybe you need to ask other people about that, or maybe you just need to sit with it. But know that you are never stuck. That's the takeaway from this. You know, that this is what this whole situation has been teaching you. which is brilliant. I love it for you, Gemini. So I'm going to leave it there. Really hope that this was helpful for you. It's the only intent I ever set. Know that I love you all very, very much, and I will see you soon.